What's up, guys? This is eBay user ID Noah M. Belli, and I got a pretty exciting console here for sale. You'll see why in just a minute when I start this bad boy up, but for now I'm just going to go over the outside basics. It's a PlayStation 3. It's not backwards compatible, but there is a workaround about that I will be getting into a little bit later on. When I start it up, and you will notice it right off the bat. For those of you who are very avid gamers, you'll notice just how special and awesome this console really is. Now, before I get started here, I did install my PlayStation 3 fan module, which you can find for sale if you look under my other items. It's basically set to 80% above the default fan speed that the console starts out at, so this will eliminate any kind of problems that the console will encounter in the future when it comes to overheating or yellow light of death or glitching or any kind of problems like that, slow frame rates, etc. Just to give you a little overview of the system, it is a 40 gigabyte hard drive that's installed. It has two USB ports on the front. It will come with a Sony 6-axis controller. This is actually the controller that you will receive. It's in very decent shape, and it's not banged up at all. As you can see there, none of the letters on the bottom are faded or anything like that. The console itself is in decent enough condition. It's not really that scratched up. It's got a couple of little light marks on it from normal wear and tear over the years. There is a serial number and a model number on the back, which I will show you. It is serial number is CE508079386-CECHG01, and as you can see, it does have an HDMI output, but I will be including AV cables so that you have audio-visual output. I also will be including the wire for the internet, the Ethernet wire, but it also is a wireless console, so don't let that fool you. You can use it wirelessly with your router or whatever you may use for Wi-Fi. And that's just about it. Oh, also, my fan mod that I did install, there's a misconception that people think that because there's a warranty seal on the side of a console means it's never been opened. That's not true. Professionals such as myself, since I am an electronics engineer, I know how to remove warranty seals without voiding them and then reapply them as such. As you can see here in the video, it is in mint condition. It looks as though it's never been removed. The top cover does not slide off. It's in there. It's on there exactly as it would be from the factory. And I mean, you can see the console is in very decent shape. There is one little kind of ding, I guess you would call it, right on the back corner here. You really can't see it all that well, but it's like it's just a little rough edge right there. And that's pretty much the only problems that I would point out with this console. And then right here, it's a little bit, you know, pushed in. It's plastic. I mean, it happens. But the console itself has never had any history of any problems of any kind, so I'm just getting that out there. And this console should last you a very long time and bring lots of joy to your friends and family and yourself. And you'll see why it's a very special console, and I'll show you why in just a minute. I don't want to spoil the surprise, so let me just get started without any further ado. Now, I will not be, the fan speed is set default about 80% above the default fan speed, so that there is cool air coming out the back and not hot or warm air. So that's a very good thing to eliminate any kind of overheating issues, but you are welcome to turn the fan speed down if you wish. Or if you would like me to, please let me know beforehand and after you make payment. That way I can set it to whatever your desired, you know, whatever you desire as far as speed versus noise. You know, but no matter what, I'm going to give it to, I basically would say 50% speed is the minimum to, you know, keep it at a pretty good speed to get the adequate cooling that it needs. So here we go, just to get started. Now, looking at the screen, let me just take this thing off wire here for a second. Alright. Now you will see under the system settings that the system itself is on 4.40, but that's not true. It is actually on 3.55 custom firmware. Let me just restart the console so you guys can see it again. You know, I want you guys to see this. Alright, now pay attention. Okay, console's off. I'm starting it back up. Alright, pay attention. On the right hand side it says ROGERO custom firmware 4.40 version 1.03. So now you know exactly why it says 4.40 as the system firmware. And I also installed the version spoofer 4.41. And that allows you to basically spoof the firmware of the console up to 4.41 so you can play online and whatnot. I don't know if this thing is coming in clear, but it looks kind of blurry from where I'm looking, so I'm just going to give it a second to focus here. Alright, so anyways, going back, system settings, it's a 40 gigabyte system. Okay, there we go, we're back in focus. I did install Showtime, so you can use that if you like. Now, I don't have anything on there as of yet, but when you learn how to use all these different packages that it comes with, you'll be very pleased with how everything operates. Let me just go back here. Quit. Yes. So again, the system is on 3.55 official firmware, but it has ROGERO 4.40 custom firmware version 1.03 installed. And I'm about to put the 4.41 version spoofer on this, and I'm going to let you watch me do that so that you know it's going to be spoofed to the very current firmware. So here we go. L1 plus cross to install. So just give me a second to press these buttons. So it's going to say yes installed in a second. It takes a minute. And again, it says it will auto reboot, so just so you see, I'm not pressing anything. It says yes installed and then active no. And then L1 plus cross to activate. So I'm going to do that one more time and it's going to be active. Alright, so the spoof is now active and it can be used online for Netflix or gameplay or whatever you like. I will also install, I have the regular MultiMan installed on here. It's version 4.40.0, and I can install the stealth version. That way you're even more protected online. So here we are with MultiMan. Now this version of MultiMan is very versatile. You can actually put games onto on the hard drive via FTP using this. It's wicked nice. It's over here, I think. Yes, FTP service. You can enable that so that you can go and transfer games from, like, downloaded games from online straight to the internal hard drive, or you could also use external hard drive of your liking. I mean, there's just so many different options you have with MultiMan. It's unbelievable. So again, this is a custom firmware that's been installed on this system, and I mean, it's as good as it gets. You will not find anything better out there than this. So there's that. And again, it's spoofed to the current firmware, which currently is 4.41, so you can use it online, as I said. And if you wish to have any, again, you can install your own package files, as you can see right there. And there's your toolbox for the ROGERO. And that's pretty much it. There's never been any history of any problems. The Blu-ray drive works perfectly. And just to give you a little taste of that, I'm going to put in this movie so you guys can see that the Blu-ray working in action. So as you can see, this system is very special because of those reasons, because it has ROGERO, and it's got the current spoof on it, so it's wicked nice. I mean, I can't emphasize enough just how awesome that is. I have a backwards compatible model PS3 that I use myself, and I love it. I've never had any issues playing online. And if you guys have any questions at all regarding using custom firmware or whatever, feel free to contact me, PM me anytime, and I can point you in the right directions as far as downloading games or finding websites to get support for packages that you might want. I mean, I think you can also play SVCDs or whatever the hell they're called, but as for right now, I'm just going through the Blu-ray functionality. But again, custom firmware PlayStation 3s are very, very rare and hard to come by, and especially 3.55 firmware and below. It's like 1 in a million now, because all consoles are being pushed with current firmware, and not many people knew not to update. So most consoles out there that you'll find are at the current firmware, but not spoofed like this. So again, don't get the notion in your head that it is on the current firmware, because it is definitely not. It is on 3.55 official firmware by Sony, but it also has the custom firmware 4.40 with the 4.41 patch, so that you can basically trick Sony's PlayStation Network to thinking you're actually on 4.41 when in reality you're on 3.55. So that's basically it. So let me just start this movie so you guys can see it. So the Blu-ray works perfectly, and as I said before, never any history of any problems. And that PlayStation fan module, you're welcome to take it out if you like, or to turn it down. But I do have it set at 80% above the default fan speed to avoid any issues that you may have in the future with overheating. PS3s in general have an overheating tendency, as do Xbox 360s. So, I mean, again, this is just a proactive measure I took to in protecting your investment. I mean, and if you look through my listings, you'll see that everybody that's purchased this module from me is very happy with it. And as far as consoles go, everybody that's purchased a PlayStation 3 from me has also been very, very happy with their purchase. So again, I strive for 5-star feedback, and I will also leave positive feedback for you as well upon receiving it. Again, so here's just the movie going through. And keep in mind, this is not on the HDMI output. This is on the AV cable output. So when you if you have an HDMI cable, I suggest you use that so you get the highest quality experience possible. And again, this is Noah Mbelli, and this is my PlayStation 3 with ROGERO 4.40 spoofed to 4.41 firmware. So happy bidding, and if you have any questions, again, feel free to contact me. The auction also includes AV cables, as I stated, the Sony 6-axis wireless controller. It also comes with Ethernet wire, brand new, and as well as a 5-inch USB wire to charge your controller. It also comes with Little Big Planet, the PlayStation 3 game. So if you have any questions about that, you're welcome to Google it and to find out for yourself. But that's basically it in a nutshell. There's nothing wrong with the console. Cosmetically, it's in very decent shape, and I look forward to hearing from you and doing business with you. Thank you.